Hi guys, welcome back, and I've just opened a can of worms I don't know if I can recover from. Not to spoil my notes or anything. I mean, I guess I might as well get into it. I honestly don't know where else I'm going to go with this, and yeah, there are 14 songs on this album, and there's a good bit to say here. I should probably do a more extensive review in a different video, but yeah, I should probably cover this. I may cover this more later, but yeah. Number 14. I'm just gonna get into it. Number 14, 7.5 out of 10. Theme from Retro. Once again, we have another 1997 Britpop album. Once again, we're opening a giant can of worms. And once again, none of the songs got worse than a 7.5. Are you sensing a pattern here? Yeah, it's not even fair to compare this album to Be Here Now. And by that, I'm not talking about quality, of course. By that, I'm talking about how drastically different they are. Anyway, Theme from Retro is a mostly instrumental song, and it's good enough, I guess. There's not a whole ton going on, but it's still so much more interesting than the instrumentals on Park Life. It's not even funny. And is this album better than Park Life? Well, I didn't give a proper score to Park Life, so maybe I should do that. But I did take the time to give a proper score to this album. Number 13. Chinese Bombs. Now, title aside, this song kind of sounds like Bank Holiday. I mean, it doesn't sound like Bank Holiday, but it has the same vibe as Bank Holiday. Extremely short song where they yell and have a crazy, quick guitar riff. And it sounds pretty good. It's a solid 8 out of 10. Really, the vast number of 8 out of 10s we're already going to deal with should speak volumes about this album. I'm sorry, but this album is fantastic. Here's number 12. Okay, this song has whispering on it. This is Essex Dogs. Includes interlude. And yeah, this is the final song on the album. This is about 8 minutes, and it's clearly trying to be extremely experimental, and I definitely respect it, hence why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, but as a song I would choose to listen to, I don't really see much appeal there. Next up at number 11 is the first real song, we could say, On Your Own. The guitars, the backup vocals, everything here lends to a really good experience. It's a really solid track. I'm not really sure what they're going for the lyrics exactly, but I do really enjoy. I like when he says, "I dream to ride, or you should try it." I like that. And I really enjoy. There are some themes here. Well, I'll be the same in the end because you're on your own. There's a lot going on, and the song sounds good as well, and Damon's vocals are really good on this song, so I don't have too many complaints. 8 out of 10. The next song is going to be at number 10. Country Sad Ballad Man. Title aside, honestly, I can't say this title with a straight face. The song is very weird, and what is he doing with his vocals? What the hell, Damon? I mean, I still think this song is fantastic, and let's be fair here, Damon Albarn has been no stranger to awkward song titles that don't make grammatical sense in English or Spanish. Alright, going back to whatever I was just saying, but it couldn't be as awkward as Oasis's titles from the era, because, really, we could talk about this. Alright, back to Country Sad Ballad Man, which is just, again, a title I can't say. It's a really weird experimental song, and I enjoy it. I heard somebody compare this song to Beck. I haven't listened to a lot of Beck, but I kind of see where it's coming from, I guess. But, I don't know. Moving on. 8 out of 10. Number 9. Welcome to Graham Coxon's solo career. I quite like this song. It's cute. It's a cute love song. Graham Coxon does a good job on it. He sings well. I never disliked his singing. And, yeah. Honestly, between this and Coffee and TV, I think he's a good singer, and I would love to check out his solo work sometime, which I definitely will do. Also, he replied to me on Twitter, so I feel like I'm a little bit obligated. But yeah, Graham Coxon is someone I'm definitely interested in checking out the other work of, and it's a good song, it's a good love song, whatever. There it is. 8 out of 10. Actually, no, it's the first 8.5 out of 10 here. Number 8. Moving on. I mean, that's the name of the song. It's really good. There's a lot of stuff going on with the guitar work here. It's just really good. It's one of those really kind of upbeat songs while also having a lot of that heavier guitar work that they're going for on this album. This kind of feels like a bit of a rockier and more experimental album than something like Park Life, which is very pop-oriented at times. I love Park Life. I talked about that album in another video. But this album is definitely different and not really Britpop-y at all, and I like this. I mentioned how Oasis was going for a little bit of a psychedelic rock sound on Be Here Now. Yeah, that's definitely something they're going for, and there's some crazy arrogance in that album. Kind of works in its favor and also kind of backfires on them. But yeah, I absolutely think that Blur were also going for a more psychedelic vibe on certain songs. But I'm off topic here. This song is very distinctly old Blur with some guitars on it. I'm kidding, but it's fantastic. And Blur always had good guitar lines for the record. Moving on to the next song, 8.5. Moving on to my number 7 song.
Good morning,
This is Look Inside America. This is honestly a great observation in my opinion. I should make a song called Look Inside England. Yeah, I know our culture's changed a lot in 20 years, but there's still a lot to say here. And honestly, yeah, America sucks. Good job, Damon. Also, for some reason, Damon's singing on this album reminds me of End of a Century. And yes, that's a good thing. 8.5. Number 6. Damn, this song is good. Yes, this song is undeniably Blur, and yes, obviously Graham Coxon, fantastic guitar work as always, but is it just me, or do I get an early Gorillaz sound before Gorillaz was a thing vibe from this? This is starting to lean towards moodier, and the vocal effects on this song, that's not Damon Albarn, that's 2D. Seriously though, what Damon does with this song, it sounds so moody and so crazy the way he does it. I just, woo! Woo! It's so good. But I will say that, of course, Graham and Alex as well, especially Graham with the guitars, just such good guitar work. Graham Coxon, I'm honestly kind of dreading Think Tank. I haven't listened to that album yet, but just the fact that Graham Coxon doesn't play guitar on it is just heartbreaking. I'm getting off topic. Let's get back to my number 5 pick. I know that Park Life was the number 6 on the last album and was so close to being number 5, but there was just another song. This is this for me. Talk about psychedelic. The loops on this song, not loops like that meme, but are so good, and this is just one of those songs.
Should've slept alone.
It's a vibe, and when you have, like, Damon Albarn, either way he does his voice, if it's, like, Damon Albarn with certain vocal effects, or if it's pure uncut Damon. Either way, I find his voice hypnotic. I've talked this about a few people. Obviously, some voices you can't ignore, like Freddie Mercury, who are just larger-than-life personalities, and everybody's going to say they're the best vocalist. But some voices I also just find hypnotic and or soothing and interesting to listen to. Probably one of my favorite voices of all time, and one of my favorite singers of all time, is John Lennon. John Lennon can make being tired sound hypnotic. I'm not saying Damon Albarn even comes close. Nobody can be John Lennon. But I do love it when somebody's voice can just take you into a dreamy state, which is how I feel with a lot of Blur songs and Gorillaz songs as well. Number 4. Oh, that song gets in 9 out of 10, by the way. No, that song gets an 8.5. Death of the Party gets an 9 out of 10. It does. This is Killing for Love gets an 8.5. And here we go, with my number 4 pick, This Hurt. MOR, this song is so good. It's just, you should just like pump this up on a highway. Well, if you're not already pumping up Stylo on a highway. And you should play this and scream along to it. And it's just one of those songs. And that guitar work at the beginning. Graham, honey. Keep doing the stuff. You do the stuff best. Next up at number 3 is a song that nobody talks about. Strange News from Another Star. Again, the harmonies are fantastic. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the dreamy Damon hypnotic vibe. And no, I'm not going to bring up Busted in Blue. Okay, well, honestly, there isn't too much to say about this at this point. It's just... oh, my god. I think it's kind of weird that they mentioned the Death Star, as in, like, the Death Star from Star Wars? What the crud? And, yeah. I love the feeling of loss and isolation in space themes. Damn, this does remind me of Humans. Okay, moving on to my top 2 songs. And can I just say that this album has a great opening 2 songs. And for the record, they're both 10 out of 10 songs. Easily. And when I had to decide which one would be number 1 and which one would be number 2, when I came down to it, the decision was pretty easy. We're here to insult your good taste. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Nirvana, and outside of Nirvana, I'm not really familiar with grunge acts at all much. I do enjoy Nirvana quite a bit, but I'm just not a huge mega fan. I quite liked the album Nevermind. And this song was clearly a grunge parody. The fact that this was their biggest hit in the USA just baffles me, not because it's a bad song, but because of how goddamn weird it is. Just the fact that this exists, and the fact that it's a grunge parody, yeah, I rock out to Smells Like Teen Spirit any day, but this song, it's not even trying to be serious. Yeah, Smells Like Teen Spirit is about nothing from a bunch of bored people, and it's a fantastic song, but this song is actually about nothing. It has no substance lyrically, and it makes no sense. This also has one of the most distorted bass I've ever heard in a song, and I'm here for it. There's literally nothing to say about it except... why I ended up putting this at number 2? Well, 1, because it's song 2, and that was a good joke, and 2, because... whatever. What's the number 1 song on the album? Beetle Bum! Other than that, I have no idea what the title means. Another opening track, that's the number 1 song on the... God damn it, Blur! Yeah, this song is pretty fantastic. I also heard this is about heroin, which, sure. I said, you know what I mean, is Wonderwall on crack. Sure, this can be about heroin, whatever. Not a lot to say about this song without spoiling it, other than it's just fantastic. And the album gets an 8.6. Point Blur. Although it was an incredibly close race.